Goals. They're a good thing and everyone should have them. I'm Jehu Garcia and you're watching my DIY YouTube channel. Just like everyone else, I set myself goals to be able to achieve. And this channel is mostly me chasing those goals. Now, among the most notable goals that I have been chasing in the last few years is the one to drive an EV, for example. In 2010, I wanted to drive an electric vehicle. And at that time, Tesla was not selling electric vehicles yet. So I would have to build my own. And I put myself that goal and I chased it for a few years. It took me a few years, but I eventually was able to build my own electric car. And until this day, I am still driving that car. Another one was in 2015. I wanted to change careers. I wanted to make a living producing videos instead of selling products like I had been doing for the past 5 years. And so I set that goal, make that transition. And again, it took me years, about 3 years, to eventually be able to get to the point where 6 months ago, I'm finally doing this thing for reals. These videos are paying my bills. And so I am now a professional YouTuber.
11,000 cells right there. Ready to be deployed in Puerto Rico.
Along the way, I had performance goals also. I wanted to reach a point where I had 100,000 subscribers, for example, right? And check this out. And here we go. 5 months ago, I was able to get my 100,000 subscriber silver play button. Also, with this channel having to do a lot with the 18650 batteries, I thought the next goal to reach in the subscriber count was reaching 186,500 subscribers, because that is like 18650 with an extra 0. And that goal was met just a few days ago in subscriber goal. Now, like everyone else, I find it easier to set myself goals than to actually meet those goals, right? So an example of that is one of my goals is to finish the Samba, to completely restore it, to paint it, upholster it, have a car that is completely redone, right? But in the last 4 or 5 years, I just have not been able to do that. I haven't been in a financial situation where it allows me to do that. And so as a result of that, that is a goal that is pending, that it's still in the future. Also being recognized as the leading influence in the DIY movement when it comes to DIY power walls. It is a bit ironic that I don't myself have a full-fledged DIY power wall powering my entire home, right? And again, that is one of those goals that I have not been able to achieve due to the fact that financially I just have not been able to do it. That is a goal that I will be able to achieve in the future. Now, this YouTube channel is a way for me to offer my perspective, my story, you know, my opinion to the world, and most of that it is to legitimize myself as a person. And you might think that's a dumb thing as a goal to have, right? But I was raised in such a way that it gave me an inferiority complex, and so one of the driving forces in my life is to try to legitimize my existence. For that purpose, some of the goals that I've set myself is to be recognized by someone, a bigger entity, someone bigger than me. And that also came a few months ago when Vice did a piece on me and my efforts to find ways to reuse and recycle some of the electronic waste, so the pursuit of a better renewable lifestyle.
Growing up as a kid, I wasn't allowed to go to school, and so my parents were forced to give me an education. The way that I learned stuff was not the common way, right? It wasn't like everyone else. I'm a full-time YouTuber now and I'm doing battery stuff all the time.
So another one of the goals of a creative person like me is to be on television. You know, television for a better part of the century has been the ultimate medium, right? I mean, movies and television, those are the two big ones. And so even though I found myself on maybe accidental appearances here and there on television, I never really had a TV show that I had produced or that I starred in. And this year that will change with the production of a Discovery Channel production called Velocity Dispatch. They approach EVWEST. EVWEST saw it fit for me to produce a TV pilot so that it could be aired on Velocity, which is Discovery's car network, right? All the programming in that network is just about cars. And now in this case with our episode is now starting to venture into electric cars. And so 6 months ago we signed up this deal to completely produce a 30-minute episode, the pilot episode, and the subject and the idea was entirely up to us to do whatever we wanted. We could name it whatever, and so we decided to name it EV Outpost. And we basically formatted it to be just like what EVWEST does in real life, which is convert classic vehicles into modern electric cars by retrofitting, by taking out all the old equipment and installing new electric components, right? And so the episode centers on a project for a customer that EVWEST gets. I kind of wrote the basic idea of the whole thing, and then I tried to execute it. I went out there and shot. My brother Misa helped me because most of the work that happened in this car happened to be at the same time that I was in Puerto Rico working on another project, right? So I needed someone else to help me shoot some of the stuff. And then when I came back from Puerto Rico, then I went into post-production, which means I had to get all the stuff that I got, to basically get everything that we got. We have to choose music. We have to choose, the rough sketch of it and start assembling all the sequences and try to put basically 22 and a half minutes of content and break it up in segments so that you can produce a 30-minute episode. Now we did that and we submitted it to Discovery Channel, and it turns out that Discovery Velocity Dispatch is somewhat of like a contest. They were gonna get YouTubers, give them complete freedom to do a television episode, and then they were gonna air all 10 episodes, and then out of that they were gonna choose the best one to try and maybe market it within the Discovery network and then maybe get a full season. So that's what we're at now. So we might have a permanent TV show in our future, but we don't really know as of right now. The only thing that is for sure is that this Friday, June 15th, Velocity Dispatch episode titled EV Outpost is going to air on Velocity Network. So this is a pretty big deal. I find myself pretty excited about this, and I want to invite you guys. If you're in Southern California and you want to come and join us, we're going to get together so we can watch the TV episode together. If you are here, if you can make it, I would be super happy to meet you and have you over so that we can talk about batteries, electric cars, or whatever other interests we might share, and watch a TV show, right? And so I'm gonna put the address there. If you are not in Southern California and can't make it here, you can watch the TV episode in Velocity TV Network. You could also purchase like streaming live on velocity.com, and also you could purchase and watch the episode the next day on the YouTube channel called Velocity Dispatch. So there's a bunch of ways for you to be able to watch this episode, and if you find it and you watch it, well, thank you for doing that.